Well, we bought this property in 1989, and in those days it was 190 acres, and we converted it 40 hectares to deer, and so we ran kiwi fruit, deer and dairy grazing on the rest of the property. And then in 94 we bought another 48 acres with the neighbour, and then in 2000 we bought another 180 acres up the back of us, which we never thought we'd get the option to buy.
It was a bit of a speedy job to get that one through, but we did it.
So do you like living here?
We love it, yes. It's got a nice aspect, and it's quite an easy country. Barry's worked really hard keeping up with the work involved, but now it's just almost an easy care.
We've spent the last 7 years knocking it into shape, and it's all coming to fruition now.
Tell me about your organic kiwi fruit.
There weren't too many contractors around in this area, for conventional kiwi fruit spraying.
No.
And it was a very good move, because we get a premium now that the conventional green growers don't get, and it's a bit of a niche market, basically. I think it's the organic category is about 2 million trays, 2.5 million trays out of about, nearly 100 million trays. We've always run dairy grazers, and we've always thought of them as a good cash flow, and so we've expanded from, I think we probably had 120 when we first came here alongside the deer, and then we're now up to, we wintered 420 last year, so we're now up to 450, and then after haylage has come off, we usually pick up weaner grazing to go over the silage paddocks. Putting on the right fertilisers. I don't use nitrogen. Try to avoid pugging if at all possible. Don't try and take the pasture down too hard. I think clovers respond a lot better if they're not chewed out hard all the time. And we're very fortunate here that we've generally got a pretty good climate where we don't get extremes, and we don't usually dry out.
During the autumn we've done quite a significant amount of plantings in the QE2 trust areas, along the fringes and small areas that are unsuitable for grazing. So this year I think we did about 600 trees.
Yep.
I did most of them, and it was quite a big job. The pond itself was there when we bought the property, and most of the trees were actually already planted. It was a duck shooting pond, and the farm was a runoff, so hence we decided at the time it was quite a nice aspect, but it was a real mess. But it took a few years to get it cleaned out. The boys would float all the islands down one end, and the digger would come in, and he'd spend all morning just pulling these islands out and dumping them over the side of the dam. It's a beautiful spot, because we often get different bird life coming in.
So as soon as we came, we just started running a hot wire around the native bush, and just kept the stock out.
Water ram systems. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, the original part of the farm, we've got the Te Aomori water treatment station right alongside, and so we've actually got two lines, one an untreated line and an treated line. There's quite a few springs up on the farm, and just seemed to be the logical thing to use to get water. So we use the water rams to pump water up to a tank, and then gravity feed back to the water troughs.
Okay.
Well, I've just subdivided it to topography basically, and tried to make most of the paddocks around about a hectare. We've ended up with 111 paddocks, all with water. We run the 4 mobs of heifers, and they're just moved every day, every morning. And so we just have a set rotation for them, and they get moved no matter how much feed is left behind. It's just nice having the backdrop of the mountain Yeah, it's always something that it's always appealed to me, is just having, I mean, the ultimate would be the sea, the land and the mountain, but we've got 2 out of 3. I guess that's not too bad. And it's just an enjoyment to work the property.
It's a world of our own. It's so pretty down over the hill. Mm.
So you're going to stay here a while then?
Well, over the years it's been really difficult to hold him here. But now he's realised the hard work's done.
And the body's broken.
Where did you want to go, Ben? Okay.
Oh,
Sleep.